Okay, hi third years. So today, Friday, I'm just going to look at a few questions that students have been asking me to look at. So some were from the probability section. I know Nicole, you asked me to look at one. I wasn't sure if it was page 8, question 9, or if it was page 9, but I'll do page 8 and page 9. Basically, I'm going to do this question here, the probability one. This one here. So I hope I'm doing the right question. But if you're asking me to do questions, these documents, so the page number is this number in the top left above the line, and then you have the question number as well. So what I'm doing is I have written out that question into my copy, and I'll show you now what I've done. So I've written out that question in my copy. So basically, a coin is being tossed. I think it's a coin, is it? Just hold on a sec. Okay, so it's a coin, so you can have heads or tails. Okay, so the probability of the coin being heads or tails, because it's an equal probability, so they're both going to be a half. Okay, so that's a half and that's a half, so you need to add that into your diagram. And then the coin is flipped again, so that's going to be, if we get a head the first time, the probability of the next coin being a head, that's another half, and that's another half, and so on. So I'm going to fill out all these halves. I'm going to pause the video and do that now. Okay, so I filled out all the probabilities. So what is the probability? So then we list all the possible outcomes out here. So we could get a head, 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 H, H, H. Okay, that way. We could get a head, head, tail, head, head, tail. We could get a head, tail, head, head, tail, head, or a head, tail, tail, a head, tail, tail. So I'm going to pause the video and fill them all in now. So by the way, every time you hear me pausing the video, you should pause the video as well. Now I'm going to work out the probability. So what's the probability of getting a head, head, head? So that's a half, half, half. So it's the probability of getting a head is a half, and another head, and another head. So and, if you remember from class, when you're saying the word and in your head, you multiply. So a half multiplied by a half multiplied by a half is 1 by 1 by 1, and 2 by 2 by 2 is 1/8. Okay? What's the probability of getting a head and a tail? It's a half multiplied by a half multiplied by a half, and so on. I'm going to pause the video. I want you to fill out all the probabilities going all the way down the end. Okay, so if you see here, the probability of getting HHH is an 8, the probability of getting HHT is an 8, and so on. And if I add up all the probabilities, I'm adding 1/8 plus 1/8 plus 1/8, and so on. I'm basically getting 8 eighths, which is 1. Okay, so that's all the probabilities. You should always add them all up and make sure that you get 1. Now I've just done that without even looking at the question. I need to go back and look at the question and see what it was asking me. Okay, I can see what the question was asking me here, so I'm going to go back here and pause the video again. Okay, so the question was actually asking me not to do this. I was probably doing too much here, but if I was doing this in class, this is what I'd be doing. What other maths can I get out of this? So what's the probability? So they're asking you here, how many heads are there here? So there's 3 heads here, so that's 3. So this information was given to you. How many heads are here? There's 2. How many heads are here? HTH, 2. How many heads are here? 1. How many heads are here? 2, 1, 1, and 0. So that was the answer to the first part. You had to fill in all the numbers over here. How many heads are there? So I'm going to have a look now and see what else I have to do. So I'm going to go shrink that down to the side. I'm going to bring the file up. Now it says each outcome is equally likely. Okay, well each outcome is equally likely. See what it says there? Well, I've just done that for you because I've shown you that each outcome, the chances of each of these outcome coming up is 1/8. Alright, so that's what that means. They're all equal. There's an equal chance of the 8 of them coming up. They're all 1/8. Fill in the table below to show the probability that Ger gets each of the given number of heads. Okay, I'm going to pause the video so I can draw that little table. Okay, so this question says, what's the probability that the number of heads is 0? What's the probability that the number of heads is 1? What's the probability that the number of heads is 2? What's the probability that the number of heads is 3? So there's 8 outcomes altogether. So the answer is always going to be over 8, okay? So basically, how many of these outcomes is there 0 heads? Well, one of them is, so that's 1/8, okay? Only one of these outcomes has 0 heads. How many of these outcomes has 1 head? That's 1, 2, 3, so that's 3/8. How many outcomes have 2 heads? 1, 2, 3, that's 3/8. And how many outcomes have 3 heads? That's just one of them, so that's 1/8. If you add up all of these, 3 plus 3 is 6, 7, 8. So you'll get 8 out of 8. So what does the next question ask us to do? Part C, Fidelma flips a coin 8 times. Each time she gets heads or tails. Okay, just let me pause this. Okay, Fidelma flips a coin 8 times. Each time she can get heads or tails. Write down the number of outcomes that have no heads. Oh, my video. So I don't know what's happened to my video here. Okay, so if she does it 8 times, it's basically saying how many of those 8 times would you expect to get no heads? Well, no heads is 1/8, so 1/8 of 8 is 1. And how many of those would you expect where you'd get exactly 1 head? So that would be 3/8, and 3/8 of 8 is equal to 3. And then the last part of the question says, part D, work out the total number of outcomes when Fidelma flips the coin 8 times. Well, if she flips the coin, the total number of outcomes, well, she can flip the coin 8 times. That's going to be, just hold on a second now. Okay, so I was just looking at my answers there back here, and I'm a little bit confused with C part 2. I don't seem to be getting the same answer as the answer sheet, but I think the answer should be 3. But if somebody can tell me why the answer, they think it's something else, but I'm not going to stress too much about it. The last part, part D, is really interesting, right? And I wanted to really pause the video and ignore the question because I wanted to look at what's going on in this question. There's a pattern. So if we start again, if the coin is flipped twice, how many outcomes are there, right? So we have a coin. We can get a head or a tail. That's the first time. If we toss again, we can get a head and a tail, and so on. So we could get HH, HT, TH, and TT. Okay? So we flip the coin 2 times. There's going to be 4 outcomes. I hope you can see that. And I really wanted to do this. If I flip the coin 3 times, so in other words, I go the first time, and then the second time, and the third time. So this is basically the question that you just did. How many outcomes are there altogether? Well, we just did this on the other page, okay? Back here. So you can do HHH, HHT, HTH, HTT, and so on. There are 8 outcomes. So 3 times there are 8 outcomes. What happens if we toss the coin or flip the coin 4 times? Okay, so you can see it just gets really messy. So the first time, heads or tails. After this head, we can get a head or a tail. After this head, we can get a head or a tail. And then we have to go again. The 4th time, we can get another head or a tail. So you can see that your tree diagram gets big very, very quickly. So you can have HHHH, HHHH, HHHT, HHHT, HHTH, HHTH, HHTT, and so on. I want you to spend time doing this tomorrow. This can be your Friday class, okay? List all the outcomes for 4 times, because what I hope you'll notice is that there's going to be 16 outcomes. All right? Now, the last part of that question that I just did, which was part D, said if you toss the coin 8 times, how many outcomes are there going to be altogether? Now, if you want, you can try and draw your tree diagram. I can tell you now, you'll need massive pieces of paper. It's going to take you forever, right? So I'm hoping that you will see a bit of a pattern going on here. Can you spot a pattern between the 2 and the 4, the 3 and the 8, the 4 and the 16? Because when you spot the pattern, you will be able to answer the last part of the question. So that's going to be your challenge for Monday. I'm going to leave that with you over the weekend, and feel free to ask me any questions, okay? So this video is going to end now, and I'm going to make another one for the other questions.